The shipyard drifted like a carcass around a dying star, its skeletal arms tangled with broken scaffolds and rusting hulls. Lieutenant Kaelen Veyra hated this place. Punishment duty, watching over the ghosts of humanity's forgotten fleet. Once these docks birthed dreadnoughts that shook the galaxy. Now, silence reigned, broken only by the groan of metal stressed by vacuum. He spent his nights cataloging debris and his days arguing with obsolete drones, wondering why command kept the yard at all. But then, on the edge of long-range sensors came a signal, faint, steady, and growing. A fleet was coming. The signal sharpened into formation codes. Alien. Kaelen's stomach knotted as he watched the icons multiply across the tactical screen. The Supreme Armada. No one had seen them this deep in human space for centuries. They weren't here to patrol. They were here to erase. He called command, but static screamed back. Jamming, deliberate. He was cut off. Digging through the station's neglected archives for answers, Kaelen found a locked partition, older than the shipyard itself. After hours of decrypting, schematics unfolded. A ship buried in scaffolds tagged with a single word, relic. He blinked at the design, massive, angular, like a predator coiled for a strike. But the last log entry was chilling, experimental, fires once, self-destructive. As if to confirm his fears, the aliens broadcast across every channel. Surrender the relic, it must not awaken. Kaelen whispered to himself. What in hell is sleeping here? Kaelen gathered the handful of engineers assigned to the shipyard, their faces pale under the emergency lights. They'd heard the alien broadcast too. Most wanted to run, but the blockade outside made escape impossible. Then we fight, Kaelen said, surprising himself with the steadiness in his voice. But not with these rusting docks. We use what they fear. Together they pried open the sealed scaffolds and descended into the wreck entombed there. The relic loomed like a slumbering beast, its hull scarred and pitted, yet its silhouette radiated menace. Inside, dust and silence reigned until a flicker of light pulsed from a dormant AI core. Designation. Icarian, the voice rasped, fragmented but alive. You are not authorized, yet humanity returns. Kaelen froze. The AI's tone wasn't welcoming. It felt as if they were being judged. The engineers argued. Powering the relic might collapse the station, even the system itself. Kaelen didn't disagree. But on the scopes, the Armada had arrived, a tide of warships eclipsing the stars. Alien destroyers peeled off, burning toward the yard. Boarding signatures lit the scanners. Kaelen clenched his jaw. Rust or not, humanity doesn't kneel. The first alien boarding pod slammed into the yard, tearing through rusted plating. Kaelen's crew fought with scavenged rifles, sparks and blood painting the corridors. Every second felt stolen. Icarion, Kaelen shouted over the chaos, dragging power conduits into place. Can this thing fire? The AI's fragmented voice vibrated through the relic's hull. It was built to fire once. The cost is everything. Kaelen's hands shook as he slammed the final breaker closed. Deep within, the ship groaned, ancient reactors screaming awake. The relic shuddered, and for an instant Kaelen felt it breathe. The Armada commander's voice thundered across comms. One rusting hulk against thousands. Pathetic. But then the relic spoke. A lance of collapsing space-time erupted from its core. No beam, no missile, but a tearing wound across the stars. Kaelen watched in awe and terror as the Armada unraveled. Ships folded in on themselves, entire formations erased in silence. One moment supremacy, the next nothing. The relic's hull split, reactors overloading. Go. Kaelen roared, dragging survivors toward the escape shuttles. Behind them, the ancient dreadnought died with the fury of a collapsing star. Their shuttle cleared the wreck just as the relic imploded, scattering molten fragments across the void. The scanners showed nothing where the Armada had stood, an empire's might gone in a single heartbeat. Kaelen sat in silence, staring at the empty stars. The engineers cheered weakly, but he felt no triumph. Humanity had survived, yes, but at what price? The relic had been no weapon of defense. It was a monster leashed by their ancestors, awakened only to die. And now the galaxy would know, even in rust, humanity carried the power to end civilizations. Far beyond the ruined shipyard, in another forgotten orbit, a silent hull stirred. A dormant sensor flickered, as though roused by its sibling's death cry. Kaelen's voice lingered in memory. We thought it fired once. The galaxy had only heard the beginning of humanity's forgotten arsenal,